Guys, there's a very important indicator that you guys don't even know about that's signaling a potential bull market, but it's actually a bearish indicator. Yeah, I don't even know anymore what we're seeing when we read things. You've seen me on Twitter of late saying that 99% of what we read seemingly is clickbait and fake news. I'm going to probably go on a rant about that and talk about it. But no, this indicator that is bullish and says we're in a bull market is dumb. And we'll talk about that now.
Let's go.
What is up, everybody? I am Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of all streets, at least to myself and like 7 other people. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel and go ahead and headbangers ball on that like button. Just slam your face aggressively into the like button, but also sign a disclosure and don't sue me, because apparently in America, we sue people for literally everything. I hope that all of you are having a wonderful day. Before we get started, check out Bullish. All the benefits of your favorite sexes and dexes. Still sounds dirty to me. With deep liquidity on an institutional grade platform. Bullish.com/Melker. If you guys click on that, you'll make me look good. And me looking good is important. Speaking of looking good, I got some stuff on. I get seborrhea. It's a dry skin, but I shaved. I have a haircut. Feel like I'm looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. This is my like the way you get yourself out of a bear market and being upset about your funds being locked is you shave your face and you get a haircut and you freshen it up. So we're freshening it up. So yeah, guys, listen. Bitcoin indicator signals bull market. It doesn't feel like a bull market. I don't feel like I'm in a bull market. Do you? Bitcoin bear cross raises outlook for bull revival. What'd you say? I didn't read that. So we're at the point in the cycle now for technical analysis, which, guys, listen, I'm the first to say I love technical analysis. It's fun. It's a great risk management tool. But, yo, man, most people are using it wrong. Most of it's stupid, and it's probably not going to work, and you're going to have fun staying poor if you rely on it too much, I would say. But outside of that, though, it's super great. But here we are. A bearish but historically contrary indicator suggests an end to the market decline and a bullish revival ahead. And what is that? It's we've now gone to the 3-day chart used by 7 people in 1843 to lose all of their money before the American Civil War. That's a fact. That's a statistic. That's math. And it's science. But yeah, the 3-day chart, some people do look at the 3-day chart, to be fair. Everybody has their own time frames. I mean, literally, I've seen people using like the 1.7 MA is telling us that a bull market will exist for the next 14 years. But yes, we have the 3-day chart, which is showing a bearish cross of the 100 and 200 simple moving average, meaning the 100, the shorter moving average, is crossing down. That is a bearish signal. It's called a death cross. As I often say with bullish, golden crosses and death crosses, not to be confused with golden showers and death crosses. As I say, they are often lagging indicators because moving averages are a result of what's happened in the past and not is what is likely to happen in the future. But in this case, we're talking about a bearish cross on a time frame that very few people use, being the signal that says, hey, bull market time. Bull market time. And here's the chart, which is really hard to read because they did the squish thing where they put 2 of them on the same. But there, on this one, you've got the 100 crossing down the 200 right here. That's now. And then this is the historical chart, which is showing how it happened in 2015, right at the bottom, and how it happened kind of right in the bottom accumulation in 2018. So we have historical context of, I don't know, 2 times in history just on Bitcoin, probably not in any market. And we have an entire article on why that's bullish that people are going to read and go, oh, shit, dog, time to buy that sweet Bitcoin for the long haul. Yeah, man. I don't know. Don't know. I'm at the point in the cycle where I don't want to look at charts anymore. And the only reason I even look at charts, honestly, is because I have to talk to you guys about them. And I write a newsletter. And every once in a while, people are like, if you don't put in charts, I'm going to unsubscribe. It's like, here's your chart. dude. It says the same shit it said for weeks. We're below the 200 MA on the weekly. We'll talk about it. And we're above the 2017 high. Those are lines that matter. Hey, guys, check out this biblical pattern. Suggests Bitcoin price can rise 30% by October. Okay, this is a pattern that often works out. I will give you that. This is the famed Adam and Eve double bottom. Now, if you can't figure out why this is called Adam and Eve, then go back to middle school and take an anatomy lesson. Okay, because you probably didn't get that joke. It's because one of them looks like a dick and the other one looks like a vagina. And that's why it's called Adam and Eve. Although it's a weird vagina because it's taking a really long time to round out, but that doesn't matter. The dick and vagina pattern has played out historically many times, and you judge basically the depth of that pattern to extrapolate from the neckline, the resistance line, where it's likely to break up to. It's about $5,000 deep, meaning we'd break up, I don't know, 28,000-ish, something like that. Ye old penis and vagina pattern. Adam and Eve double bottom. You can see it here. It makes a little more sense when you look at it on the way that they draw it. You don't see any vagina there, Marco. That's because you've probably actually seen a real vagina, unlike every other technical analyst on the planet. Those guys get no ass. I mean, I'm sure Peter Brandt used to slay it back in the day, and John Bollinger. Woo! Pimp. But anyways, then we go on here. Oh, they're doing construction in the back. Can you guys hear that? Sounds great. Conflicting price signal target 16K. Okay, then we go on to talk about an ascending triangle right here. Look, it targets 16K. So the Adam and Eve can't be valid. Guys, an ascending triangle is a bullish. It's a bullish pattern. It's a bullish pattern, right? Both of these, Adam and Eve, ascending triangle. What matters here is that you have a higher low printed that's consolidating towards a flat resistance. Okay. So both of those are bullish patterns. There's no reason to believe that this would break down. It statistically should break up, and an ascending triangle at the bottom is a potential reversal pattern if the neckline breaks. I can't. Every time I read an article now, I just especially after digging into the Voyager thing, which I did yesterday, obviously, dig into the Voyager thing, and everything that I read was complete nonsense. I don't even know how to do this anymore, to report news, because everything that we dig into is either utterly fake, maybe accurate, but analyzed completely wrong, or it's just one out of context statistic that everybody jumps all over and goes wildly viral, right? But an ascending triangle is bullish, bottom line. So this article should be another price signal targets 28K because they're the same thing. Well, let's look at the chart. Because we have to, because I'm contractually obligated to chart things for you people. Look, this is the 2017 high, 19,666. Then we went into a bear market for 400 years. It's been 84 years. Drop the diamond, right? We're sandwiched between that and the 200 MA on the weekly. As you know, because I've said it 100 times, we've never been below the 200 MA on the weekly. We were there for a day in March of 20. Now we've been here for a month, right? And predictably, the only thing I said that I've been saying on the chart is, I don't know, man, we're going to eventually get a retest of the 200 MA as resistance. That missed by, I don't know, less than $100 right there. Good enough. And that's, I hate to say it, I'm not doing it, I'm not trading it, but it doesn't even mean it would be successful. But as a trader, the risk reward there of a short is massive. Pretty massive. Yeah, Adam and Steve is a very bullish pattern because you get the two dicks and it's more aggressive. It's a double V, which is two vaginas. It's very confusing. But there you go, right? So let's dig in on the daily. Yeah, we broke out of that pennant and people are like, oh, bull market. No, it just means that it's not a bear pennant right now. It's not really bullish. It's just less bearish, right? Because if this was bearish, if this broke down, right? You have this flagpole right here. That's the flagpole on the pennant. And so if it broke down from wherever it breaks down, you extrapolate that as a target. That gives you 10,000. Okay, so now we don't have to be afraid of 10,000 because of a bear pennant. That's sweet. But it's not like it's bullish, right? I mean, this can just do this, right? Yay, bear flag, right? And this is a low volume breakout, uninspired. And now, for the moment, we have a pretty shit daily candle to follow it, right? A potential shooting star, call it what you want. Doesn't mean it's going to be bad. I'm just saying, like, I don't really get the bullish euphoria. All we did was like, this is what we're doing. Here. Let me paint you a really cool picture. This is the chart. Ew, yay. And as normal, we get towards resistance. It's like bearish, yay, bullish. Oh, I don't know. Oh, Scott. That's how I write my name in cursive. Nothing's happening here. That's all I want to tell you. And you zoom into the 4 hour. Here's where we're getting, we go right up to that 200 MA on the weekly, macro major resistance, and get a small bearish divergence on the 4 hour chart, which is already well overbought. Sideways chop, y'all. We went from oversold to overbought, from 18.6 to 22.5. And now, theoretically, listen, it can go way back up here. It'll make another bear, but theoretically, we should go to overbought again. Bottom line, just not so many things in this world to be excited about right now on this. Just more of the same as we get more kind of general bad news and the world. Yeah, we were bullish on the hourly yesterday. Let's go. Yeah. So it's fine. Listen, I'm not mad. It's like, maybe it's fine, but like, bullish indicator says that bearish indicator will form a bullish cross of the bearish RSI cloud to the support of the resistant MACD. Fuck my life. What have I been doing this whole time? Stupid charts. Mount Gox, Mount Gox, as we like to call it, but some people call it MT Gox, who were there, and they were there on the ground when it happened. 142,000 Bitcoin could be dumped as creditors eye MT Gox repayment. Well, that stinks, but I've been hearing that shit for 5 years. Literally, since I got into crypto, I've been talking about the MT Gox dump that's imminent. Well, this time, if you missed it, the trustee who has 142,000 Bitcoin out of the 700,000 that were hacked, but the value of 700,000 back then was extremely low, so it's actually worth a hell of a lot more now. He sent out basically a message saying, yo, how y'all want your monies? And send us, your address, whatever. And people could choose USD, Bitcoin, and Bitcoin Cash. And there's actually probably one guy out there who's like, damn, that Bitcoin Cash sounds sweet right here for the money I've been waiting for 8 years. Jesus, no. One guy is going to be like, Bitcoin Cash. Roger Ver, he's going to be here. And he's going to be like, I need to pay back my CoinFlex loan. I don't even know what that voice was. It's so stupid. Yeah, so here's the narrative is that people can choose USD, Bitcoin, or Bitcoin Cash. Of course, the narrative is that people are going to choose Bitcoin and then they're going to dump it on the open market to sell for USD, which is kind of weird because they can just take USD and skip a step. That said, that would probably require the trustee to sell that Bitcoin. Also, the report says it's likely that they're going to be time scaled out, so it won't all come onto the market at one time. The trustee would never dump all of this on the market. So listen, I'm not worried about this. I'm gonna be honest. I've literally been hearing this since Jesus rode dinosaurs, because that's what happened if you are a hardcore believer in the testaments, the old, new, Old Testaments. I am not. But when Jesus was riding dinosaurs, MT Gox creditors were losing their Bitcoins. What's most interesting here actually is that assuming they all get paid back, even though it's only 142,000 of the 700,000 coins, this probably was a monster favor to everybody who lost their money. Why? Well, there's like 6.3 people that would have held that Bitcoin this whole time, right? They would have sold it. Like most people I know who are in Bitcoin from 2010, and everyone's like, they're billionaires. No, they sold Bitcoin at 1,000 because they bought it at $1 and we're like, holy shit, it's $1,000. I am rich, bitch. I'm rich, bitch. Forgot that was even in there, right? They're rich. They're not holding this shit forever. So most of these people would have sold and probably lost money. So they've basically been forced hodlers for the last 8 years through absolute monster Bitcoin runs of biblical proportions like Adam and Eve, dick and vaginas, right? Jesus rode dinosaurs. That's a thing. You guys don't even do church, do you? Maybe not. Maybe Moses. Moses, shepherd, Prince of Egypt, also notoriously talented velociraptor wrangler and trainer. Read the Bible. It's in there. It's in the interpretation. So yeah, we're expecting some shit to go down when Mt. Gox comes, and I'm expecting to just have to report this story 100 more times over the next few years. Well, back to FUD. Celsius sends 500 million of Bitcoin derivative to crypto exchange after debt payoff. They finally paid off all their debts. Do you remember how much time we spent listening to everyone say the narrative for this entire bearish push? We went to 17.5, remember? And then we had to go to 13,000. Why? That was Celsius's liquidation point. Everyone, the market makers, Sam, wanted to liquidate Celsius. That was our main narrative. Well, guess what Celsius's liquidation price is now after we spent all of that energy and breath talking about it? It's zero. They've paid off all their loans. Zero. Exactly zero. So yeah, they've paid off all their loans. They reclaimed 21,963 wrapped Bitcoins. They're wrapped because they're planning to have sex with them, and they want to make sure that they don't pass on an STD. You always wrap it up. That's a lesson that you also learned in sexual education. I am on some shit today, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, so they are apparently they sent all that over to FTX, which people think means that they're going to sell it all. You don't know that. But they're going to go sell all those gajillions of dollars of sweet wrapped Bitcoins. And they're going to make us all poor, and then they're going to use that money for, I don't know, paying back Joe Bomb in Nebraska, the customers. Bottom line, the only thing we know is that they paid off their debts. Beyond that is speculation, conjecture, likely fake news, and likely something we just wasted 2 minutes of our lives talking about. And speaking of fake ass news, not fake, let me rephrase that. Misinterpreted news about Celsius. I've tweeted about it. I'm not going to share the other people's tweets. Here's my question. Let me pose this first. You guys may have seen yesterday, news everywhere, mainstream, our favorite clickbaiting influencers. I don't blame them. It's what we do. Celsius is a Ponzi scheme, reported as news with a paragraph cut out that looks, and with it at the top it says Supreme Court of New York. Celsius is a Ponzi scheme, like a description. So everybody going, holy shit, like I've heard it all over. I was listening to Spaces, everything. I can't believe the Supreme Court of New York said Celsius is a Ponzi scheme. Your favorite Bitcoin maxis jumping all over that. Some that are my friends and have been on this show. Some were more clear about this though. But here's the question. Did the court or a legal authority call Celsius a Ponzi scheme, or is that simply a claim by a plaintiff suing the company that is being presented as news by crypto Twitter? The answer is obviously the latter, right? That is not to say that what they were doing was not a Ponzi scheme. Perhaps his claim is correct. Basically, what they're saying is that by 2021, 2020, Celsius had to continue basically taking in new depositors. He said by luring them with higher interest rates. I don't think the rates went up. I think they were always high, so I think that's false. Luring them in and using that money to pay back the earlier creditors and to give them their interest, thus being a Ponzi scheme. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. But in the United States, you can sue anyone you want for literally anything. I can sue you guys for hurting my feelings by saying mean things here and tell you that you've given me chlamydia. And I'm mad and I want to sue you. Now, it may not make it through court, but I can sue you for literally anything. So reporting a claim from a plaintiff about a company as factual news is about as irresponsible and stupid as it gets, but absolutely par for the course for what we're seeing here. I am pretty much done reading shit on crypto Twitter. Maybe it is. That would be a literal Ponzi. Maybe it is. I don't know. Are you from Nebraska, Hodl Hal? Did I offend you by mentioning Nebraska? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But guys, this is an ex-employee, owned a fund. He managed funds for them with his own company. He's making this claim, which may be accurate, but there's an equal chance that he's a disgruntled ex-employee who, like, Mashinsky slept with his wife or something. I'm not reporting this as news. This is conjecture. And he's just mad and he's going to sue. The guy even said, he was like, I want to take this to court. Like, he wants this shit to be public. So maybe, I'm not saying this is the case. I'm really not. But like, it equally as much as his claim is true is that he's like just a dude trying to capitalize, get some clout, maybe make some money. He may be accurate. He may be not. Neither of those things should be reported as news because they're not. This is a claim made by someone who apparently has knowledge of something that happened that now needs to go through court to be vetted whether it is true or not. So clickbait Twitter headlines that say Celsius is a Ponzi scheme with a picture of a court document is wildly, wildly inaccurate and annoying. So, yeah, I didn't say sue for chlamydia. I said Sue has chlamydia. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just really hard because, like, like every day my team, they send me news. And at this point, it's like, I have to actually like read this shit. I know it's weird, but I have to read and then go, oh, wow, that's just not like, that doesn't make any sense. Bearish cross is bullish. Celsius is a Ponzi scheme. Voyager 2 days ago, everybody, we're getting all your money is gone. They have no money. They declared bankruptcy. I don't know, spend 30 seconds digging in on yourself to see what Chapter 11 bankruptcy means and the people they hired and what those people are being hired for. They are all restructuring people, reorganization. Voyager, whether successful or not, obviously believes that they are going to be able to continue on as a business and make us whole. Not saying I believe that will happen, but even the worst case scenario, they're saying is 60, 70% of your assets back. That is very different than all my money is gone. Oh, critical thinking, Jeff, is a lost art. And that, my friend, is why the kid in your avatar is crying. Yeah. Anyway, kill me. So, like, it's Friday, and you know how exhausting? Yesterday, I accidentally took a nap. That hasn't happened since 1473. Sat down on my bed to read one of these articles, went, this doesn't seem true. It seems really... I was asleep for 80 minutes. An hour and 20 minutes. My kid apparently came in. Dad! I did not even wake up. Okay, I pretended not to wake up. That's what we do as parents, right? Like, my favorite game as a parent is to play hide and go seek, where they go hide and I just don't go seek. That's really my shit. Anyways, XRP leads recovery among major cryptocurrencies. Fed policymakers back 75-point basis hike. Two policymakers backed higher rate increases to beat price pressures, even if it meant slowing growth. Yeah, I think we know that the Fed is trying to wreck that whole inflation thing, right? But yeah, guys, XRP up. It's just got to be bullish. It's got to be super amazing. Oh, come on, man. This is yet again. I mean, listen, we have to talk about stuff. We got to write. But if you're looking at this and being like, oh, man, I need to write an article about how bullish XRP is right now, well, fuck my life. We're running out of shit here. Crypto owners banned from working. Oh, you know what? Wait, I'm going to talk about that one in a minute. Because we just mentioned the Fed guys. It was Bullard and Smullard and Hullard. Yeah, it was the Duke brothers, Randolph and Mortimer. U.S. employment rate for June. We added 372,000 jobs. That was a way better than people expected. That's good news, right? Like, people have jobs. It's great. Added more jobs. Apparently that's bad. That's bad because if people have jobs, the Fed can continue to just hike those rates and stick it deeper and deeper and deeper, right? Oh, bro, we were about to go 0.5. We can go 0.75 now because people got them sweet jobs. If people started losing their jobs, then they would have to start thinking about printing that sweet money again. Sweet, sweet fiat from the heavens, like manna from the heavens. We talked about Moses. Today we have a biblical theme. It's Moses. And the manna came from heaven to feed my people, the Israelites. Your people too. They're everyone's people. You don't know that, but it's true. Right? And so now it's like, hey, we're going into recession. Good for jobs. Hard to keep up anymore. What's good, bad, what we should be cheering for. I thought as Bitcoiners, we were supposed to cheer for inflation to come down because inflation's bad and we want a responsible government to deal with inflation. But that makes the price of Bitcoin go down. It's terrible. We need them to print into oblivion and make everyone poor so that our sweet, sweet coins can rise in value. Yeah, it's definitely, guys, we're going to be getting rate hikes till election time. It is what it is. That's how it is. Right? Just how it is. But didn't we skip something? I skipped something. Crypto owners banned from working on U.S. government crypto policies. Holy shit, the United States government are huge assholes. A new legal advisory notice from the U.S. Office of Government Ethics, that's an oxymoron, prohibits any employee who owns cryptocurrency from working on federal crypto regulation. It's almost like saying that Congress people shouldn't be able to YOLO leverage trade stock options with insider knowledge of COVID or things that might happen with companies. It's like that. And we would never allow that in the United States, so it's fine. I will say, recently, a whole bunch of Fed chair people magically didn't get in any trouble, but that I'm sick and I need to like take a break from my job, or this seems like a good time to resign. We got mad at them for trading stocks around Fed policy. Oh my God, super insider trading. So you could say that, hey, listen, if you hold cryptocurrency, you shouldn't be allowed to make crypto policy because you can then trade around what you know. But this goes down to like, if you have $100 of Tether, which is wildly unaffected, does not price swing, it's stable, you're not allowed to work on policy. It's like saying, it's like hiring a bunch of vegans to do meat policy. And we need good meat policy. Like, oh, we're going to hire counsel to determine the quality and taste of beef. But if you've ever eaten beef, you are exempt from doing this. Yeah. Yeah, I talked about Nancy Pelosi, so see you in the gulag. What's up, Stonked Up? Good to see you, bro. So yeah, this is so stupid. Right. Listen, I can understand if you're like a monster, like, XRP whale, and you know what the outcome of the suit with the SEC is going to be, that maybe you shouldn't work on XRP policy. But this is literally saying if you have any exposure, including a few dollars in stable coins, you are disallowed from working on crypto policy. And obviously, we need people who understand crypto and own it to be making those policies. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Not letting people that actually understand crypto make laws about crypto really is a smart move. Guitar Zero. Damn, man. Damn. That's all I got. Why is Ted Cruz still working? You call that work? Anyways, this is complete bullshit, right? Oh, and moving on to one more story that I've got for you that's going to be, this is an awesome story. This is just a feel-good story that everybody's going to want to know at this time in the market especially. Aave proposes decentralized yield-generating stablecoin GHO. The US dollar-pegged algorithmic stablecoin will be minted by users and generate interest yields. It will be fully collateralized, but backed by crypto. You know what we need, guys? We need more stable coins that are backed by volatile assets. That's what we need in the market right now. I'm sure Aave do great intentions. Maybe they do this exceptionally well. But like, do it quietly and don't even let anyone write about it and don't tell anyone. The last thing we need right now is more stable coins that are not actually backed by dollars being thrown into the market without regulation. I feel better from sleep, or that F you up? It messed me up. It was terrible. Yeah, we need more stable coins. I'm not even going to talk about this. I'm not going to talk about this because it's, yeah, man. I have to get out of here a little bit earlier today. I got things to do. That's all the news. You guys can check out Bullish. You do that right down below, because if you don't, I'm not going to have any monies to pay my people and do streams. You know, Don't worry, I got like a zip there. A prepubescent teenager. Yeah, guys, listen, if there's one moral of the story at this point is that justifiably so, people are in a panic, people are depressed, and we're at a moment when, whether intentional or not, I will say that people maybe are not doing it intentionally. They read something and they re-report it, they retweet it, but like everything is overblown bad news in the reporting. And when you dig in, it's usually kind of nothing. It's not to say there aren't bad things happening. There are horrible things happening. But at this point, like if we need to know what's going to happen with one of these platforms, why don't we just, I don't know, wait and see what happens when we have actual facts? We have actual facts to determine it. Like right now, yes, of course, I want to dig down every rabbit hole I can and try to figure out how much money I might get paid back from Voyager or Vault and how I'm going to get paid back. Will it be in Bitcoin, Ethereum? Will it be in dollars? Will it be in unicorn dust and Skittles? Skittles made of unicorn dust. I don't know. But I can tell you one thing that I've learned in life is that spending your energy, especially if it's negative, if it's on negative things, on things you can't control, is a huge waste of your time and of your energy. Nobody right now, until I get an exact report from Voyager, is giving me factual information on that. Nobody is telling you as a Celsius user what that news we reported today means for you. And that's really all that matters. So you can spend your whole life reading shit on Twitter that's just bad takes on what might happen, or you can go touch some grass, maybe hang out with your kid, do something more productive with your life, and just suck it up and be patient and wait until you have actual news. Because we are dealing with a lot of bullshit here, and none of it is improving your life to hear about it and read about it. Anyways, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Monday. Peace.
That's dope.